Hello everyone, I wanted to take a couple of minutes to show you all the results of our Deciding Course Direction survey, to show you all the major responses and the major feedback that I heard from you all so you can tell me if I'm wrong, and then to show you all how this feedback and your responses have fed into the overall direction of the course. So the first question up was, why are you taking professional issues? Most of you said it's a course requirement, and you're totally right, it is. The great part is that some of you started to get into the things that you're hoping to get out of the class, which is really the second question. And I do appreciate those of you who did put things beyond course requirement. And the hope is that you are taking classes that you find useful. So this question, though, is one that I really, really enjoyed reading all the responses to. Thank you all for taking the time to respond here. So I'm hearing everything from interviewing process to classroom management to some amount of confidence to testing and things like that. So the great part is that as a result of these couple of questions, what I really started to hear from you all are two things. One of which is that you wanted more information on hiring procedures and classroom management and interviewing skills. So those two components, as you can see, especially once we get down to the Likert scale questions, you can see that most everyone, there's only a couple of bars that are yellow, meaning that there's many people responding the same way. And those two yellow bars are classroom management and interviewing skills, which is wonderful. So in the past, we've only done about 2 weeks of classroom management and 1 week of interviewing skills. I've increased that to 3 weeks of classroom management and 2 weeks of interviewing skills. So the hope is that we can really focus on things that you all feel are important, which isn't to say that we aren't going to cover these other topics, because obviously many of you said that they are important, and that we're increasing the emphasis on things that you find practical. The concerns. This is awesome for me, and thank you, thank you, thank you. So in terms of how I can help you with all of these, online courses can be really difficult. Part of these screencasts are, if you are those auditory learners, or if you prefer to just hear things while you're working or while you're cooking, then my hope is to be able to provide these to give you a sense of where we're headed in the class, and maybe even weekly updates. Or at least overviews of the major components of the class, such as those classroom management plans and the major portfolio components. The last question of all of this is how I can assist you. And clear expectations and due dates. Again, my hope is to do screencasts on a weekly basis to at least kind of set you off. And at the very minimum, I will be posting to the newsfeed on a weekly basis, outlining the things that you need to do during that week, just as you saw during week 1. During this first week, there was 2 required assignments and 1 reading assignment. And I think next week will be very, very similar to that. But with any luck, I will do my best to continually communicate with you all. And I'll just ask that I get that back. When I do email you, give me an email back. Or if something's going on in your world that you need to talk about, or that I should be aware of that's going to affect your performance in the class or your ability to complete assignments in a timely manner, just let me know. We can work through this together. I know you all are busy, and I know that this teaching experience is really critical to your foundation as an educator. And so let's make sure that we're putting emphasis on the right spot. So in any case, that's our survey, and I'll be sharing the course syllabus or the course schedule with you momentarily. Thanks again.